You mentioned Dodger Fest a couple times. Obviously, because of your role, you had some unique access to sort of private interviews. I'm curious, was there anything that you heard on that day that maybe jumps out to you that maybe was something you didn't expect or something that people maybe haven't heard already?
Well, I thought Walker Buehler was really candid with us about his timeline because on his own podcast, he's talked about, well, maybe I'm not pitching in spring training this year. Maybe I get into one or two games at the end. So it was refreshing to hear how candid he was about where he's at and the reality of him probably not starting the season on the opening day roster. And the Dodgers obviously care more about Walker Buehler in October. And let's not forget, Walker Buehler's a free agent at the end of the year, so he has to be careful for his own personal reasons as well.
Talk to us about, I mean, Buehler, we kind of know he was ramping up last year, was going to try and make a go of it. The Dodgers, somehow the decision is made that he's not going to be ready. I think because of that, there were lots of fans that were just assuming he would be ready by opening day. Depending on how you read between the lines, it sounds like he could have potentially been ready for opening day technically, but could he have been able to pitch a 162 game season, to be determined. So where exactly would you say the Dodgers are at with Buehler? Are we talking like a month into the season he makes his debut? And is it because he's not fully healthy, or is it just because of an innings limit?
Well, he did tell me at Dodger Fest he had just thrown a bullpen. The ball was coming out really well. The velocity was there. So I wouldn't say he's hurt. It's just that they've got to be cautious with him. Yeah. He's coming off his second Tommy John surgery. The success rate for starting pitchers to come back from two Tommy Johns, it's not really high. They come back, but are they as effective as they were before? And the one thing he referenced was Nathan Eovaldi pitching the way he did for the Rangers last year, who also has had two Tommy John surgeries, but the Rangers had to shut him down in the middle of the year. He was getting some elbow inflammation. So it's not a linear path to making your way back from an injury like this. And the Dodgers are aware of that. I would say they're better equipped than most to be able to help him manage his innings and be ready for the stretch run. So I think I do believe it's more about managing him and managing him to be ready for the second half. And they have enough depth to be able to do that. So I don't know. I would say he will pitch before the All-Star break. I would say I wouldn't expect him before May to pitch.
Wow. What would you say are reasonable expectations for Walker this season? And it's not, is it more kind of, we've seen him be kind of, the October ace and that caliber pitcher, but like you alluded to, he's had two Tommy John surgeries at this point. It's going to be his first season back. So is he more kind of, at least for 2024, kind of a middle of the rotation type starter?
I would never put him there, Matt. If he's on the mound, he's the
You were going to get in trouble if you answered that question the wrong way, I think.
Butane would have gone straight for my neck.
Fair enough. I'm a believer in Buehler. I think Jeff and I have, been on the positive side amongst our staff, and I think his potential certainly is there. I just don't know. That being said, I don't know how much.
I'm not sure he knows, Matt. I'm not sure he knows. Sure. I think we're all going to find out whether or not he's able to withstand the rigors of a season after two Tommy John surgeries. But I think what gives him confidence and somewhat solace is that Nathan Eovaldi was able to do it and lead the Rangers to the World Series.
Do you know, I mean, and I'm not to put you on the spot, have the Dodgers and Buehler talked about a future beyond this year, or do you think everybody's just going to try and let this season play out?
I believe in the past, before he had this second, there was some discussions, but I think at this point, it's rational for both sides to wait and see how it plays out.